Okay, so I made this video and I was a little too emotional than I needed to be because in my honest opinion, I think score voting, star voting, and approval voting are the top three voting systems. I think Condorcet is pretty decent too, but I haven't really tested with that one that much yet. There was a conversation that happened because of this. That's why ranked choice voting is better than score voting. All versions of ranked choice is worse than score voting. Score voting is approval voting except less optimal. Ranked choice means that all the Trump files have to pick a second favorite. They can't do 5-0-0-0 for their vote. If there is Bernie Sanders, Biden, Trump, Stalin, Hitler on the poll, then if ranked choice voting bourda count, for example, I have to give Trump 2 points, Stalin 1, because the voting method forced me to. So if Trump and Stalin are your bottom two, what rank did you give Hitler? So in this hypothetical, you understand that for Trump or Stalin thing to be a problem, the other three candidates have to have gotten the least votes. Bourda count gives 1 point for every candidate below it. The ranking will be Bernie, Biden, Donald, Stalin, Hitler. Bernie gets 4 points because there are 4 people below it. Biden gets 3. Donald Trump gets 2. Stalin gets 1. In this scenario, if Bernie gets the least votes, your vote goes to Biden. If then he has less votes than Trump, Hitler, and Stalin, then your vote goes to Trump. And if he has less votes than Stalin and Hitler, your vote goes to Stalin. There's some serious shit going down if it comes down to that. It's bad. Instant runoff still uses first past the post. Plural voting has more problems than just vote splitting. It's the best form of voting that exists in the real world. So this is very important. While I admit that it's definitely better than plural voting, first past the post, there are some problems. Suppose there are 25 voters and 3 candidates named A, B, C. 10 voters have A as their favorite, but they are okay with C. 10 voters have B as their favorite, but they are also okay with C. 5 voters have C as their favorite, and they are not okay with anyone else. If you use instant runoff, A and B will tie and C will lose, causing C voters to select their second favorites even if they really don't have one. Had you used approval voting, C would have won with 100% approval. So approval voting is bad. What? Really? That is the outcome you reached? If only 5 people vote for a candidate, then he wins because the 2 other candidates tie. That isn't really the voice of the people. In my case, I will reject the whole premise because the idea of having candidates is bad. What are you talking about? It's the voice of the people because both A voters and B voters also like C. C is not their number 1 pick, but they are pretty okay with it. Yeah, but that's an imperfect system. C still only had 5 concrete votes, and you need representatives because even if you have an online system where people can communicate and vote on decisions, their choices will be slow. C is both liked by A voters and B voters. Sure, it's not their number 1, but if you focus only on number 1, then you will get a choice where 10 people are happy, but 15 people are mad or sad. The solution, don't have candidates. Now, if you truly believe that, then why did you become a congressman in this server? Because I don't care. But more than that, I already told you that even with the most high-tech, people will have the issue of time. Not everyone can afford to mail in every little decision. I'm entitled to my beliefs, but my beliefs are, in my opinion, nearly impossible to achieve in the current state of affairs. My idea, and I'm going to explain my cyber democracy idea, is that my idea is to have open ballot voting with approval voting. There are no gerrymandering because everyone applies to the country to become a candidate for a position. There can be millions of different candidates because of this, and there are also no terms. If a person's approval votes go down because they pissed off people while in power, a different person with better approvals will take their place. I don't think it can get better than this. I also think the public should handle the main law, aka the Constitution, by using approval voting to approve the best Constitution rather than abiding by the old law like the US. To be fair, if technology grows, then you and I may end up having similar opinions. I just currently think with the technology we are forced to have representatives for better decision making. This is not bad, like it's better than what we currently have, but it will not fix the main issue. Couldn't the workers just own their labor instead of this? Well, how do we practically exercise this idea of workers owning their labor? Yeah, I'm too stupid to answer this, so maybe these two links will help. I skimmed it, but I'll read for them when I get home. Also, did you read my separate democracy paper? Okay, and just remember a bit, this is way oversimplified, but basically you create and take what you need. There will be no material incentives to take more because of materialism will not exist in the communist society. That's such a utopian dream. People are corrupt, that's selfish. The majority of people don't think like superheroes. People are only selfish because of the materialistic society capitalism has created. The idea I proposed is that we create a system where the selfish desires to hurt others will be punished, but selfish ideas that help everyone can flourish. Well, why doesn't the rich just give all their wealth to the poor, even if communism magically makes people not corrupt? Rich people will not exist in communism, yeah, but the state will exist and it will enforce the rule that everyone remain poor. Because if you try to become a bit wealthy, you're trying to get more than you need. State will not exist in communism. So Amazon death squads will exist because there is no state to stop them. Council communism is specifically a free association of workers' councils. That's just a democratically elected government. It's stupid. I'm talking about like the endgame plan. You just gave democratic government a funny name, that's it. Free Association of Workers' Council is just a democratic government. Unless you're gonna give everyone the member right. So it will turn into direct democracy, which is slower than representative democracy, but hey, I support direct democracy too. Just be prepared to get fucked if a war happens in your country, because the public won't be able to make fast decisions without representatives. But you don't understand. I'm talking about the endgame. Communism cannot exist if capitalism does, because capitalism will always seek the destruction of communism and will win. Why do you care about endgames? What about changing what we have now to improve it? This is a very good question, and you are completely right. It won't really help because it's already too late anyway. No, it's not. It really is. America will flourish if it accepts that its constitution is garbage. They need to hold a contest to find a better constitution. Russia is at the brink of civil war. China is still dictatorial, but it's actually being somewhat fine in the technology sector. How would you trigger a series of global revolutions that will have to become states and eventually transfer into worldwide communism? I think a lot of good things will happen if elections become online. Things will progress, but it will still be the same problem. Why do you need revolutions? You just need to change things for the better, step by step. The appeasing of the working class will continue. You can't reform capitalism. You can. Really, people freely trading things, and an oligarch class forming is an inevitable aspect of human nature and trades. You just gotta bring the oligarch down using democracy, that's all. Human nature can change, bro. Yeah, but slowly, very slowly. Yeah, that's why I said it's already too late. That's not proven either, though. It's fine. The reason America is shit is entirely because of the first past the post and there being terms. If we change a few laws, then over time things will become better. Not just talking about America, just generally the global countries. America will just become the Nordic countries then. Look, there are several dangerous situations in the world. The possibility of World War III is one of them. But losing hope isn't the right way. Thinking things through and changing things for the better, one step at a time, is important. You don't need these massive violent revolutions. Just small good things happening step by step. Yeah, but you can't do a revolution within the system. The system won't allow for it, because it is in the interest of the system to keep the system. You can. The internet has become publicly used since 2007. We haven't even used this technology properly for 20 years. I have high hopes for the kids of the future because their teachers and the technology surrounding them will have insane power to help them become knowledgeable. Like, do your preferred variation of the system? Yes, you can. But thing with communism is that you get rid of that system. That's the whole point. You really shouldn't. Karl Marx is too old and he didn't account for human nature. You need this system to communicate with each other and find representatives that are good for everyone. You can't ignore North Korea and Stalin's Russia. Those incidents happened because of the communist naivete. Yes, he did, bro. Have you read Marx? He talks about human nature all because I haven't. Not gonna lie, I probably should read him too. I only read or watched videos of him, but not the whole thing.